I feel like I'm forgetting something. If it was so important, I would have remembered it. Just me and the lake. That's what I want. Hello, everyone. I finally get to take a mandated vacation from all the work I've been doing. What work, you may be asking? Well, I simply put, unemployed. So today, I want to put out a much simpler game that I can put a quick review out of just because there's other work that needs to be done. What work, you may be asking? The less you know, the better. But for now, welcome to Cast and Chill, created by Wombat Brawler. This is the ideal fishing game that takes place during the autumn season, where there are plenty of fish to catch, sell. So let's get that boat started, get our favorite doggo, and journey out into the relaxing waters to reel in those fish. Yeah, something like that. Pixel art has always been a guilty pleasure of mine when it comes to graphics within games or visual pieces. Within the background for Cast and Chill, I want to point out how some of the layers and perspective really sell the serene yet detailed nature of each pond you cast in. You go to the quiet woods to fish, where you're surrounded by local wildlife, to the open sea that, while rough, still provides a serene feeling as you catch fish at your own pace. One of my favorite locations is in Safety Cove, just off the shores of the icy sea, where having unique fish to its rocky location feels like a special place that not many people are supposed to know about with its variety of fish and atmosphere. With the warmer tones of even the most harshest of places, I really do like this color palette, and I think that they did a great job replicating the autumn feeling within a pixelated vibe. Besides that, I want to also quickly go over the sound effects and soundtrack. The sound effects are pretty standard, as there are not many that pop out at you. Usually, besides reeling, catching, and fish biting the line, most of the sounds you hear blend into the atmospheric volume in the background. This would be sounds of the water you are on, animals, leaves, wind, and many others. One knock that I might give it is that because of the varied but simple nature of the sounds, you might sometimes miss a cue when you catch a fish you might have wanted to get, but the game has some settings to tune it if you wish to try catch the fish or leave it on in the background while you work. Speaking of background, the music in this game is consistently mostly a banjo with some reverb, with reactionary sound cues whenever you catch a fish, go to a new place, or visit the shopkeep when you go back to the docks. If it's one to call a soundtrack, it's nothing much to write home about, and I'm glad that it's recognized as that. Many times, I feel like there's no middle ground if the idle game wants you to put on music in the background or listen to its soundtrack that it's being used for. In this case, the game's soundscape is wholly atmospheric, but if I had to make a comparison, it kind of reminded me of some of the motifs in The Last of Us, which is really just a guess at this point, just because I can't think of another game that uses a banjo for its soundtrack. Regardless, I appreciate the devs for knowing what kind of game this is supposed to be. It's chill, it's vibes, and it's not supposed to be in your face. No ultra kill-ass soundtrack while fishing. Okay, well that's cheating, alright? So, how do you play this game? What if I told you that this game could be played with only one hand? No, you are not going to be doing that while we fish. Come on, there is stuff to catch. Dude, I want to jerk off! To interact with most of the mechanics in the game, it's literally just using your mouse. There are keyboard controls for movement, but more everything can be done with the mouse and left click. Like, check it, right now I want to go fishing, so I click to the right, then click to stop again, then I choose my rod and clicks it while I'm off. And it really is that simple. Onto the gameplay loop. At the start, you are taking fishing as a passive time to cool off during the busy months of your life. So, you have a simple rod, rowboat, and a doggy that you get to choose from. Truly, more games need this as an option, because I am all for pet support. When you start off in the rowboat and you cast your line, you will see all new fish that are underwater as they appear, even if you don't catch them. Then you put them into a journal where you use to log them. All these fish are put in your log at the bottom left corner that can be used to check at any time what fish you're trying to catch in that region. They're given a name, rarity, size class, location, favorite bait, and the biggest one that you have caught. Additionally, the biggest fish that you've caught is also told with what kind of fishing line you use, which is pretty handy if you don't know why the fish aren't biting. And then, once you've caught your fish, you go back to the shore to immediately sell your fish, and you visit the shopkeep to upgrade your rod and go to new places. The progression is slow and steady once you get to the beginning, but then as you speed along through the mid and end game, you do find many relaxing things to do. But I would say take this at your own pace. I will say one mysterious thing that might be interesting is that there are some unlock requirements for some of the areas. Specifically, if you tip the shopkeeper's jar whenever in the fish shop, you might also get a tip off of where you can go next. Maybe a hidden grove or somewhere else to be, stuff that doesn't need a license to be bought. Though, I will say this did stump me the first couple times because the prompt didn't appear, so But that's pretty much it. I know that it might come to a disappointment that I'm not reviewing a game with high-octane action like the last two reviews, but I wanted to highlight a theme I wanted to put in not only in this game, but other games I felt as well while I've been winding down for the holidays. When was the last time you just stopped to appreciate the surroundings of your world? Not in the sense of looking at an object marker or continuing a story, but taking in the situation and your surroundings to appreciate the calm, less tense moments. I am fascinated by uninteresting locations within games because of their mundane nature, because they also sometimes hide the most personality and feelings for the game's creation. In the case of Cast and Chill, its charm is supposed to be let you engage at the most basic level to let you distract yourself from the world outside. I can imagine that this game would fit right in with the bottom screen TikTok videos that you like to see on your feed with movie clips, or someone saying that the game is bait for something like Stardew Valley, just so the creators can earn a quick buck. Though with its unique presentation, I would like to say that these ends justify the means and how there is some genuine effort being put in. So what the hell does this have to do with just a fishing game? From my perspective, working as an editor for a friend and myself, this is a game that I can relax to and genuinely turn my brain off to. From your perspective, I think this could be a new favorite cozy idle game that you can have for the late fall season. If you are a fan of fishing games or just some general time wasters, grab some music, grab a hot beverage, and maybe a snack of choice, and tone out the world around you as you relax on a boat with some pretty nice atmosphere. As of now, thank you for watching. I'm going to relax out here on the lake, and I'm going to put the Steam page in the description if you want to support the devs. Next week, we're going to have a review of a short platformer full of charm and wonder that feels straight out of the days of the N64. Until next time, happy Link Thanksgiving, if you celebrate it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay chill and stay awesome.
I ain't even gonna lie, that last video was kind of weak, but